I like how at the last sentence of the choice banded Armaldo set, it says at least 188 HP EV should be used as this enables Armaldo to survive 4 seismic tosses after leftovers. Leftovers on the choice band set. Oh, Smogon. So yeah, I don't have an intro still and stuff. Anyways, got here battle versus Frax and OU. Decided not to speed this up because in the battle recorder in 3rd gen, it was kind of like the perfect speed. I kind of like it, so let's just leave it like normal speed and see what happens. Anyways, got here. He lays off with Fortress, and I'm like, that is the weirdest lead ever because of the fact that it's almost always going to be put to sleep. It's always going to be taunted, or it's always going to be fire blasted in the face. So I don't understand why you led with that, but whatever. I just put it to sleep, and I switch out into Flygon as he switches into Machamp. Now, Machamp, not really sure what it's going to do, so I'm just going to go for the sub just to see what it does, and he goes for the cross chop straight ahead first and stuff, and I'm like, whatever. I know back in the day, I mean, like, banded Machamp was not there. I mean, whatever, but most of the time, when I see Machamp, I'm thinking, alright, it's gonna probably bulk up or something, so it's probably not max attack. Or even if it is, if it doesn't have a choice band, it's definitely not gonna kill me. So I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake and see what happens. He goes for Encore, which I'm like, Encore champ! You're awesome. You are definitely entry hazard abuse Machamp. And that's what I'm thinking at this point, is that his team is going to be like entry hazard abuse because he led with Fortress and then he has an Encore Machamp, which is like whatever. And he goes into Fortress again trying to like wake up or something, so there's that. So yeah, so I go for the light screen on the Switch thinking, as I always do, maybe he might have a Magneton. And he sends in the Magneton, so now I know I can live the HP Fire and kill it with an Earthquake, but he switches into Zapdos, which I'm like, I'm kind of threatened by Zapdos, but I'm just going to go for 1 layer of Spike, because I need 1 layer of Spikes. Because worst case scenario, he's probably going to Baton Pass to something, which will get hurt by Spikes, so why not? And yeah. So I'm for 1, I switch out, go into my Flygon as he roars. So I'm like, are you trying to be an Articuno here or something? Like, what's going on here? I don't really know. But, yeah, he goes for a Roar, which I'm thinking at this point, okay, he's probably not Baton Pass. So I just go back into Flygon because he doesn't have any entry hazards up. I mean, if he did, I probably wouldn't be switching as much. But, he doesn't. So, whatever. I'm also scared that, I've seen Thunderbolt, Roar, and Sub. I'm kind of scared if he does have the HPI, so I do switch to Blissey just in case, and he just straight goes for Roar. So obviously he is not the HP Ice and stuff. I don't know what he has, but whatever. And tired. And I just go back and Flygon as he goes for T-Bolt. Now, I mean, since he doesn't have HP Ice, I kind of thought maybe he might have Baton Pass, which is a weird-ass set, but then he hard switches into Aerodactyl, and I'm like, 1, if you have Baton Pass, hello. 2, you went into Aerodactyl on my Flygon when you had a Zapdos out, meaning I'm probably going to go for Rock Slide. However, lucky for him, I missed, which sucks. And then he goes for the whatever it's called, the HP Flying, as I go into my Nutshell, which probably won't be taking that much damage. Now, thinking that he'll probably predict the light screen and not go into Magneton, I just straight go for the Spikes, because I want them Spikes. And, yeah, so there's that. Get some lefties and stuff. And I don't know if right here I just go for Light Screen or I go for Earthquake. I think I go for Earthquake here. Or maybe I just go for my last layer of Spikes thinking, no, I go for the Light Screen because I'm stupid. I should have just went for the last layer of Spikes. But whatever. Yeah, there's that and stuff. And I switch. I really don't know why. But I switch into my Flygon. Oh yeah, he has Encore. And if I went for Light Screen, he will probably... Yeah, so I go for the sub as he immediately goes for Encore, which I'm like, fuck. And I kind of have to switch my ass out unless I want to be using Substitute over and over again. So, yeah, and I also noticed that he doesn't have, like leftovers. I noticed that, and I'm like, what the hell is your item? But, yeah. So, I switch, into my Suicune because I know it can take whatever this Aerodactyl goes for, most likely. But then he just switches again into Fortress, and I'm like, bro, you're weird. I don't know what you're doing, but yeah. So it's Suicune versus Fortress. Seems pretty good. The only threatening things I've seen versus this thing is his Zapdos and maybe his Magneton. But if I have one Calm Mind, it's not like that's gonna do much. And then I haven't seen his last Pokemon, so you know, I'm kinda, I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna start sweeping with Suicune and see what happens. So I'm just gonna go for the Surf. Surf will probably two-shot, which it does, and I'm just hoping at this point he just doesn't wake up, and he doesn't. So yeah, whatever. I mean, I would have been fine if he put up one layer of his own spikes, but I wouldn't have been okay if he went for Rapid Spin or something. That would suck. So yeah, so Fortress dies. He goes into Feraligatr, which is his last poke, and I'm like, Feraligatr is the weirdest poke you could have ever chosen in an OU team. But it seems legit, so I'm just gonna go for the Surf because I'm thinking, well, worst case scenario, he's adamant and has Swords Dance, which he does have Swords Dance. Not sure if he's adamant or not, but I know that Swords Dance for Alligator is not gonna three-hit KO a Suicune, so unless it has like Double Edge, but even then, like I don't even think. Plus he has leftovers, so he, you know, I don't know. Like, he doesn't have Select Berry, so he doesn't have the Flail. So I'm okay with that. He just goes for Earthquake, and I'm like, whatever, bro. That's cool. So yeah, that happens, and doesn't really do much at all, and I'm just gonna keep going for Surf until I can beat the hell out of this Gator. So yeah, there's that, and yeah, nothing much else to say here. Yep. Earthquake and Surf and surfing and Earthquake and surf and Earthquake. Surfing and Earthquake. Earthquake surfing. Surfquake. I'm faster. Like, I didn't even notice. I'm faster? I'm faster than a Feraligatr? What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. But whatever. Gator dies. And that is a dead Gator. So yeah. Anyway, so now he goes into Aerodactyl. I'm fairly certain that probably even a Choice Banded Double Edge wouldn't take me out at this point because I'm a freaking Suicune. So yeah, and he just goes for Rock Slide, which you know, he gets a critical hit, and that sucks. And I'm like cursing at him at this point because I'm like, yo, bro, I went for Rest. But you know, whatever. I go into Flygon because I know I can get a free sub, because he's locked in the Rock Slide, and I can take Rock Slides all day, etc., etc. And I just go for the sub, as he goes into Magneton, which is like the strangest switch in ever, but whatever. Oh yeah, I know why. Because he wants to bait me into going to Earthquake. Going for Earthquake. Which then, he'll switch back out into his Aerodactyl, which I guess was a really good play, because he didn't really lose much, except for, you know, Stealth Rock, or not Stealth Rock, Spikes damage, but that's whatever. I mean, that was pretty good. He goes straight for the Double Edge because he knows that Double Edge could probably break my sub, and or well, it's his strongest move, so why the fuck not? So he goes for the. I go for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide does not take out the Aerodactyl, which is kind of sad face. I was depressed and disappointed that I did not take out an Aerodactyl, but that's cool. I really don't care. Again, I know I can take the Double Edge because I am a Bauke. And Rock Slide will take out the Aerodactyl, so that's cool. And stuff. So yeah. Yeah. None much really else to say. So, I switch out, or he switches into his Machamp. His Machamp has Select Berry, and I was kind of questioning what the fuck. But then I thought, well, I guess it works out in this case because he's now faster than me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so I switched my ass out because I know that he has his Zapdos and his Magneton, which probably can't touch my Flygon. So I kind of want to save that, and I just go into Nutshell as pretty much death fodder because what's the use of this shit anymore? Fuck! Why do I keep saying Ferrothorn? His Fortress is dead, so I don't need a Rapid Spin shit, and I already have 2 layers of Spike, so who gives a fuck? So I just go into Venusaur knowing that I could probably take any hit he goes for, because he has Encore and Cross Chop. He probably has one other move, which is like HP Ghost or Rock Slide or Earthquake, and Bulk Up. So I just go for Sludge Bomb, and there's that. So he dies. So he goes into Magneton, which I guess that's a good switch, because Venusaur can't really touch him at all. And I just switch my ass out into... what do I go into? I think I go into Blissey. Yeah, because Blissey can pretty much wall his ass. He goes for Sub on the switch, because why the hell not? And goes for Metal Sound. Yeah, which is weird. But it is a set, I guess, in Gen 3. I mean, I guess you really don't need HP Fire in this gen, but you kind of do. So, yeah, unless he has HP Fire, unless he just doesn't have, like, Toxic or something, which I guess that could be it. He could have HP Fire and Thunderbolt and that Sub. But whatever. Or not Explosion. Does it even learn Explosion in this gen? I think it does. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Whatever. Point is, he goes for T-Bolt, which does a decent amount of damage, even though, you know, I'm a fucking Blissey. But, yeah. Whatever. He goes for the Metal Sound again, which I really don't understand. But, yeah. He wants to go for Metal Sound again, even though I could easily just switch my ass out when it's versus his Flygon, which is exactly what I'm going to do as I go into Flygon. And that's pretty much the game. Actually, no, it's not at all. I lied, because I'm a lying liar, and my pants are on fire. So, yeah. Zapdos comes in. What happens? I don't remember what happens. Stuff happens, that's all I know. Yeah, I go into Flygon. He goes for T-Bolt, as it obviously doesn't do anything. And, yeah, he has HP Grass. He has Hidden Power, and I'm like, okay, so you do have HP Ice. But then he shows it's not HP Ice, which I'm assuming it's HP Grass or Fire, but he told me it's Grass, so why am I even saying I'm assuming? So, yeah. So I just go back into Blissey, knowing that, you know, my Metal Sounds are gone. And I could just keep Seismic Tossing over and over and over and over again until he finally stops roaring or something, and then, yeah. I mean, there's really no hope. I mean, he could keep roaring until I have Blissey left on my team, and I'll still, you know, live. Plus, he doesn't have Spikes. Like I said, Spikes. It's kind of important. So, yeah. He goes for Sub. I mean, at this point, I think he just gave up, because I'm just going to stay and keep going for Sludge Bomb. I mean, if he wants to stay and go for Thunderbolt, be my guess. It's not like it's going to do shit. And even if Sludge Bomb takes 2 hits, he's still losing HP, so yeah. And I should just skip this part and just be like, good game. Actually, I will. And good game. So that's pretty much the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. And all that shit. More battles to come. You actually didn't see one of my pokes. It was Articuno, because Articuno's pro, actually. Even though last video I said Articuno sucked, I lied. I was just overstating statements. So yeah. Articuno's pro. So yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, rate, sub. More videos to come. Blah blah blur herb derp. And yeah, I'll see you guys.